Hello and welcome to PlayStation Access. My name is Rob, and recently Bungie gave us a Destiny 2 showcase positively bursting with updates and bold visions of the game's future. So eyes up, Guardians, here's everything we learned from Bungie's showcase. This is it. The last 10 years of Destiny has built up to this. The final shape is the dramatic finale of the Light and Darkness Saga, where players will face off against the Witness, the biggest of big bads, who wants to reshape the universe in line with its warped vision of perfection. This is the Avengers Endgame of Destiny 2, everyone rallying together, the whole vanguard, Ikora, Rey, Commander Zavala, and of course the legendary Cayde 6, who's back to finish the job after his heart-wrenching last stand.
This place is only big enough for one dashing hero type, and that's me, so.
We've missed you, Cayde, and we're also excited to hear that Nathan Fillion has returned to reprise his wisecracking performance, which brings a playful levity to the dark path ahead. The gang's all here, and the stakes have never been higher. We've fought alongside these characters for so long, forged bonds, witnessed their struggles, and experienced their growth. Our entire journey from the moment our ghost got us out of bed to the Witness rearing its ugly, pallid mug has prepared us to take all our allies into the heart of the Traveller for the big showdown. The nostalgia hits hard, and we only have to wait until the 27th of February 2024 for the payoff. Yes, you did hear that correctly. We are heading inside the Traveller. The Pale Heart is the eerily beautiful place that awaits us, a realm of infinite possibilities that reacts to the mind of its visitors, and in doing so, recreates key locations from Destiny's past. But the further you venture in, the more you'll see and feel the dark, foreboding presence of the Witness. The world evolving from a pleasant trip down memory lane into a surreal, sinister reflection of the Witness's twisted desires. You'll also have to contend with a lethal new enemy unit called Subjugators, who dominate the battlefield using stasis powers to freeze you in place, and strand powers to tangle you up like a pair of rogue shoelaces. Intriguingly, the Pale Heart's also the first linear destination in the game. The eradication of the universe and everyone in it is understandably a big deal, so you'll be focusing purely on the campaign until the threat has ended, after which the location opens up for traditional exploration, activities and more. Being inside the Traveller means lots of delicious energy to feed 3 brand new supers. The new Warlock Super Song of Flame floods your Guardian with enough solar energy to power a small fairground, firing off blazing projectiles and buffing allies with Scorch to make their solar weaponry even hotter. Titans get Twilight Arsenal to let them summon giant void axes out of, well, the void, I presume. Once thrown, each axe sticks in the ground and continues pulling enemies in to damage them. Oh, and these axes don't just disappear. You and your pals can go and pick them up. You get an axe. You get an axe. You get an axe. Finally, hunters get the Arc Super Storm's Edge, a throwing knife that instantly zaps them to a designated location to deliver a devastating strike. The Arc aspect lets hunters leap into the air to damage enemies below with a burst of energy, while amplifying themselves and their allies. That almost feels unfair. When it comes to an expanded arsenal, the final shape introduces new weapon subfamilies, such as the support category featuring a very friendly auto rifle that can switch from gunning down baddies to healing your mates. There are obviously many new guns to hunt down, this is Destiny after all, but the one that makes our palms prickle is Tessellation, an exotic fusion rifle that adapts to your Guardian's damage type and lets you stick your grenade in the gun and launch it out as a killer projectile. Plus, a series of iconic weapons from Destiny 1 will be making a comeback, such as the smouldering Dragon's Breath exotic rocket launcher, which lets you go all Daenerys from Game of Thrones. Before the final shape kicks off, we'll have another chunk of story in Destiny 2's Season of the Witch, which is live now until the 28th of November and gives us the chance to use hive magic after spending ages squashing the beasts that crawled out of it. You'll be knocking off Xivu Arath, the sister of Witch Queen Savathun, who you can learn about in the Witch Queen expansion, which is handily included in the game catalogue for PS Plus Extra and Premium members.
Bring me your tithes.
The new Deck of Whispers mechanic is music to the ears of deck-building fanatics, as magical cards can now be earned to bolster your character's build and change the way you play. Season of the Witch also features 2 new activities: Savathun's Spire, a 3-player offensive featuring magical objectives and random encounters, and Altars of Summoning, a series of horror-filled arenas that let you harvest a boatload of rewards. Another very handy feature is added, an exotic mission rotator, letting you replay and farm exotic quests for rare guns they missed in earlier seasons. And speaking of second chances, on the 1st of September, a legendary Ghost of Destiny Past returns, the Crota's End raid. Originally seen in the game's very first expansion back in 2014, players can once again explore the deadly confines of the Hellmouth to bring down the Hive Prince. And just because you did it then doesn't mean you should get cocky now. Crota has a few new tricks up his sleeve this time round. And it's worth adding that while this raid does go live with Season of the Witch, it's actually open to all players, no purchase required. Crucially, the whole act of playing high-level content like the raids is about to get much more accessible. Launching alongside the final shape is Fire Team Power, which lets you bring friends to raids and dungeons without needing them to hit a certain power level, removing a huge barrier to entry. This becomes even easier with a new Fire Team Finder too, which goes live in November with Season 23 and employs a clever tagging system to seek out players with similar needs and playstyles. Also arriving in Season of the Witch, Timeline Reflections, a form of chapter select that lets new players experience key moments in the story, such as Cade's last stand, to better understand the journey so far. So whether you're new or a Guardian coming out of retirement, it'll now be easier to catch up on the plot. And it's a journey destined to continue, but not as familiar seasons. From now on, the ongoing story will be told via 3 major episodes a year, kicking off with Echoes, Revenant and Heresy in 2024. Each is split into 3 acts, with an act launching roughly every 6 weeks. It's worth noting that the 3 episodes launching in 2024 are included in the final shape plus annual pass, while the standard edition includes the active episode at that time of purchase. Are you excited by the future of Destiny 2? Give us a like if you found this recap helpful. Let us know in the comments what you're most looking forward to from the showcase, and do stay tuned to the channel for all things PlayStation. Thanks for watching. We'll see you again soon.
PlayStation